Here's lesson 118, number 30. I have to solve for x. Is 2 cotangent squared x plus 3 cosecant x. So I know that one of my Pythagorean identities on that formula sheet that I have, I can trade cotangent squared x for cosecant squared x minus 1. It's a Pythagorean identity, so I got that off my formula sheet. Plugged it in, distribute, set it up as a diamond problem, or as a quadratic. Here's my diamond. It has to multiply to make 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, and it has to add to make 3. So 4 times 1 works, for 4 times negative 1 works. Since it has a coefficient in front of my x squared term, I have to put it in the area model box. So I take the squared term, put it in the upper left, and I take the constant and put it in the lower right. And then the two things I found in my diamond problem, stick those in the two corners, it doesn't matter which. So cosecant times 2 cosecant equals the middle part. I had to put my 2 on this side, because if I would have put it up here, it wouldn't have worked when I went cosecant times something equals negative cosecant. So hopefully you know how the area model works, and you are okay at factoring quadratics. So you write it in factored form like that. Okay, then you set each one equal to 0 because it's a zero product property. And then the technique I like to use is I flip both sides of the equal sign upside down. I take the reciprocal of both sides, so I'll say the reciprocal of negative 2 is a half, and the reciprocal of cosecant is sine. So that gives me a good value. This one, when I do that same thing, I get sine x is equal to 2, and 2 is outside the value. Sine has to be between negative 1 and positive 1. Then you can use your unit circle. I'm at home and I don't have a unit circle, so I used these. I don't know if you remember how to use the triangles, but I know that sine has to be negative in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, and I drew the two triangles. And sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so I knew that this was 1 and this was 2, so that was my 30, 60, 90 triangle. So I got 180 plus 30, that's 210, and I just thought of this as 360 minus 30. It's 330, but then I had to go, I didn't have my unit circle. That's what might happen to you, so I'm telling you this. You don't have your unit circle now, you have to figure out how many radians is 210. So you go 210 times pi over 180, and you can do some fraction math, and you'll get 7 pi over 6, and 330 times 180, or times pi over 180. You get that. I mean, hopefully you have some of this stuff memorized, your triangles and your unit circle and whatnot. But there's your two answers.